What is the number one problem in your life right now? I don't have a single problem right now that couldn't be fixed almost immediately with dollars. And you know what, I don't even need that much. $10,000 would change my life in such a huge effing way. And then I see people spending $50,000 on bottles in a nightclub. On Instagram people. I wouldn't even be able to afford water at those sort of nightclubs. I watched my very wealthy friend lose $100K in 30 minutes at a 4-card poker table. At the time I had $3,000 to my name. It made feel a little uneasy. Super nice guy and overly generous to everyone around him, but you can't help but imagine what you would do if you had that money instead. I would love to play poker and wage my money, but I'm too scared that I'll end up leaving the table with less money than what I came with. Same with investing in stocks. I would love to start investing in stocks, but my greatest fear is losing the money that I put into it and ending up with no profit. Best investor I've met: never time the market, aim for modest gains and invest with long time horizons. Time in market greater than timing the market. I need a lot. Finally got to a place where I'm starting to feel stable, still can't afford a house, and retirement is a silly fantasy. Told my boss I'll only work until noon on the day of my funeral. I know retirement will never happen for me. They won't give you the day off? Maybe try to schedule it on a national holiday? I have a house and retirement isn't going to be great. Just because you get to the house level doesn't mean it's easy street. Still living from paycheck to paycheck. SAME. I mean, I'm not in the club, so I don't see what people spend, but $10,000 would be a real game changer. It's pocket change to some people, but it would fix all my current problems. Yup. When I moved into my house about 4 years ago, we found a small leak in the roof that was going to be a problem. The roof theoretically still had a good amount of years left on it, 7-ish or so, if not for that leak. While a patch was an option, a buddy of mine told me your roof is the armor that protects everything else in the house. I had never really thought about it like that, and spent the money to have the whole roof replaced. Depression and anxiety combo for me. They combine into an insane amount of procrastination, and then my responsibilities slide and suddenly I'm sinking into a whirlpool going round and round, each loop magnifying the last. I don't normally like to edit my posts, but I have to express my gratitude for all of the support and encouragement you all have been showing me and each other. I sincerely hope that we can all find ways to overcome these hardships. As much as this is a cliche, fight it by doing stuff. Create a routine. A basic one. Like, get up, get dressed, make the bed, have a coffee. Just do that. Over time, add in small tasks. Put clothes in a hamper. Do the dishes. When you get anxious, clean a corner of a room, or the tub. It sounds stupid, but every little bit you do shows you that you can do stuff. Every tabletop you tidy is a visual reminder that you did a grown-up thing. It gives you an accomplishment to be happy about. And give yourself serious credit with every task you do, because you are fighting an uphill battle. Bit by bit, you create a routine that lets you get enough done. You aren't completely beating yourself up over doing nothing. It likely won't make you happy, but it will likely make you less unhappy. Trying to find a job that I can handle, and I have to find one really soon. I fuel planes at my airport for $18 an hour, 90 planes a shift. I only do 10 of them and it's super easy work, just kinda boring. Menzies is the specific company. They are all over us if you are close to an airport. Stupid easy work. That reminds me of a job me and a couple of friends did for about a year. Packing the same product 8 hours a day. It became so easy due to the repetition we could do it blindfold. So that freed up our brains to just sit around chatting all day, and our hands just automatically went through the motions. I do that at my current job. I'm responsible for late development and factory instruction phases of design at a company doing motorcycle clothing, and inside job as a furniture constructor, 1-to-1 scale models, and both of them I just do stuff turned off. No thinking nothing. Or talking with coworkers. It's great. You go in, do stuff, and bam, 8 hours passed and you just earned minimum wage. F my life. I love the stuff I do, but effing hell, I'm a designer. 4 years spent on getting the papers and I'm doing minimum FFS. I should add I drive a fuel truck and use it for fueling on the airport. I know they do ground fueling or whatever it's called with hoses in the ground. I heard that is a lot of walking and probably hard work. It imagine ladders while holding the hoses which can weigh 50 to 60 pounds, not ideal. I have to do it for maybe 3 planes a week. If you are able to lift up to 50 pounds, do a ton of walking, stairs, at least early 20s, clean MVR, and can pass a drug test, can look into doing work for an Amazon DSP. I've been doing it since mid-November. Pay is $21 per hour in my area. I've gone from 270 pounds to 245 pounds just from all the walking. They are always hiring. Maybe something to try? If you're able to. Biggest problem, especially for those of us that are older, is lack of training, education and time, money for the training/education. I got my real estate license in 1 month. I've had 3 great careers and now on to another. It doesn't have to be a permanent career. Do the math of what will make you happy, feel worthwhile and pay enough, then go for it. Having the mindset of what's the point of completing this school work if I'm stupid? Or I am nothing without intelligence, so what am I doing breathing without a care in the world? I am a sophomore in high school and I'm already thinking like this. I feel this. I have a good job that I support my family with, but I just don't enjoy it anymore. I have no enthusiasm for the job and unfortunately I'm trapped. My wife doesn't work and I have to make the money I make. I have no cushion to maybe try to change fields that I may enjoy more because they may not pay as well. When I worked, people would always say I was the happiest person they knew. No. I was always kind to others, smiled a lot, and such. But in the inside. Yeah, that's a different story. I just knew what it's like to be depressed and don't want to pull anyone else down into that shit. Bringing a bit of happiness to others helped me feel a bit better for a moment. Came here to mention my dad's prostate cancer diagnosis. He has 2 more appointments next week and then hopefully the chemo starts as soon as possible. I am not very good at dealing with this. I really hope you and your girlfriend are doing okay right now. I wish you the best. I'm stage 4 prostate and doing really well almost 2 years after diagnosis. I'm responding well to treatment and am way in remission. My oncologist thinks I'll be around a long time. Cancer therapies are evolving every day, and there's never been a better time in history to have it. Not knowing where my adult son is. His soon-to-be ex has our grandkids and has cut off contact as well. Addiction and verbal/physical abuse on both sides. Pretty sure they are back together, but she is still trying to scam people via GoFundMe. She is saying that we have hurt her in some way, yet we gave them $ multiple times, and rarely saw them. Such a crazy situation. We don't know if he is even alive as he had been suicidal recently. Not knowing really hurts our whole family. Addiction sucks. I have a steep concrete driveway and was worried if it iced over my truck would slide down into the road, so I caked it down with rock salt. Apparently salt and concrete don't get along very well. It causes something called concrete spalling, which chips off the protective sealant off the top and then allows water to drain into the concrete. After that, the water in the concrete freezes and expands and cracks the concrete. Basically a big shit storm. Lesson learned, I guess. Figuring out who I am. I used to be an outgoing person who was always up for meeting new people and going new places. I had many friends and I found it extremely easy to make new ones. Then my depression kicked in and my whole personality changed. Everyone started calling me the emotionless robot because it seemed like I didn't care about anything. Which wasn't true, but I couldn't describe my feelings to anyone, not even my then girlfriend who I was with for 6 years. I stopped going out, stopped hanging out with my friends, lost all interest in my hobbies and started to slowly resent my girlfriend over nothing because I was just so miserable and pushing people out was easier than looking inwards. Now almost 10 years later and I'm doing better mentally, but after almost 10 years of acting like I'm perfectly fine, my real self got lost somewhere in that madness and I don't know how to find him. Is this who I am? Or am I someone different? If I am this person that I think I am I happy about it? Or merely content to not have to go through the hardship of finding who I really am? Sorry for the rant, haha, it's over now. Daughter's drug addiction, which caused her to lose our grandkids to CPS, hired a lawyer to get custody, but she CBM as yes it hard. The methamphetamine has really messed her mind up. She's not my daughter anymore, doll. I'm so terribly sorry, mate. I can't even imagine what it must feel like losing your daughter this way. I have a 3-year-old shit jumping up and down singing Five Little Monkeys nonstop that I love to bits and pieces, and I can't imagine what it'd be like being 36 and not having a wife and kids and a house like everyone else around me. I am seen as a failure by my parents and family, and it effing sucks. I've been living in a depression room for the past 6 years and haven't found the motivation once to clean it. This is my biggest shame that I've never told anyone. Hopefully it gets lost in the infinite cosmos of Reddit comments. Every time you step out your room, take out a piece of trash. My wife has BPD and in the course of a week decided that I am a monster and she wants a divorce. And she took out a F-ton of personal loans to fund her new life. Right before this I thought we had a fantastic marriage. She might have a girlfriend too. I don't think she even knows what the status of that relationship is. There's a sub for exes or family members of people with BPD. I believe it is called something like BPD Lovadones. They might be able to help when things get rough. Good luck with everything. Tore my rotator cuff a few days ago. My shoulder hurts, and if I move my arm the wrong way it feels like it's about to get wrenched out of its socket. Not having a great time, TBH. My depression. A kidney disease that deteriorated my eyes first. Gotta love when two parts of the body which are in no way related work together to screw you over during the middle of a pandemic. Well, I had to move to the other side of the world for a job away from everyone. But I love the place more than my home county. I don't ever want to go back to England. It's grey, depressing, everything closes early, the drinking culture is annoying, the rents are high, council tax is a straight up crime, the infrastructure cannot handle the population, the roads and road laws suck, paid overtime is not a law, every building I've lived in has had terrible insulation so it's always cold. Yeah, there are positives like the existence of the NHS, even though the treatment itself is subpar because it's abused and strained, the student loan system. And meal deals? You don't realize how much you don't have until you see places that have more. And honestly, the sky makes such a ridiculously big difference in your happiness. The grass may not be greener, but that's because the sky is bluer. Only downside is that the company I'm at is famous for underpaying and overworking, and I'm being paid peanuts, and I'm crossing everything I have for a promotion soon. I'm going to ask because I'm being given key shots as a junior. Not enjoying life in general. I feel like I am not making progress in my art career. I feel anxious of the outcome of my art, which causes me to procrastinate and makes me feel like I am not being productive enough and not good enough, and hopeless about getting a good job in the future. Unreliable coworkers. As an example, one of my assistant managers just quit by not showing up to work and refusing to answer our phone calls. So now I have to pick up all of his shifts until we can hire a new person. This means 12-hour days and 60 hours a week for me. Assuming you are the manager, you may want to ask yourself why this person found it necessary to not only quit, but felt so strongly about the conversation that they ghosted you completely. Annoying coworkers who make it hard to focus on my job and maintain my sanity. Lack of enough money to survive. Making the choice between rent and groceries sucks.
Consider subscribing this video if you enjoyed and wish to see more. Thanks for watching.